Welcome back to the channel. I am Daniel Thompson. I am a fitness enthusiast, and for the purposes of this episode, I am a former HIIT super slow trainer who took a walk on the wild side. I, years ago, ventured out to try everything. I didn't get there, obviously, but there's some people who do a good job of experimentation with that. I'll talk about that later. But I wanted to try these things that people do to see why they're so popular, why people think they work, what it was. There's a book called 20 Hours, and the basis of this book is anything you want to do, you want to try. And in the example, the author gives the thing of ukulele, the playing Go, and a different keyboard layout that enables coders to be more efficient. Not Dvorak, something else. I can't remember the name. Anyway, you give something 20 hours before you decide whether you want to continue. At least 20 hours, no more if you decide, okay, this isn't for me. I hope to do hit that some way here. I did that, and before the book came out, I kind of did that. So I decided I was going to give it some time. I went through these things. I'm going to wear my glasses so I don't squint so much. Sorry about that. I did these things having conditions in the back of my mind, but being open to looking at possibilities of why, not that something works, but why people like this. What is it about these? What is it about rolling a tire that makes people want to do it? Why do they keep doing it when it obviously is bizarre? Why do people keep doing these things, and why do they stick with it? I mentioned that in the previous video about enhanced confidence. I think that is part of the biggest thing about it. Once you get enhanced confidence, your world opens up, and many of these functional training things, that's what they are. They're just really confidence building. They get a little bit of physical work done, but they're mostly confidence builders. And that confidence building is addictive. That's what they do. Your strength studio, your strength workout, will give you a little bit of confidence being strong, but until you use that strength in some way, you don't know. Until you can feel healthy, but until you use your strength, until you use your endurance, until you use flexibility, you're not going to know. You're going to be healthy. Good for you. But until you use it. Now, you don't have to use it in strange and dangerous ways. You can do it around your house with everyday things. You can do it around other places, and with things that you got to do. So we'll get to that. Okay. Some people will say the phrase, "It works for me," and this is common. They mean two things, because I've been in these conversations that, well, this is working for me. It means two things. Number one, I don't want to talk about this anymore. That's the most common. I don't want to talk with you. I don't want to talk about this. You're annoying. Go away. That's what they're saying. Number two, this is what I can do for now. That's specific. That's key. This is what I can do for now. That's the level of their confidence about their abilities. When they say this works for me, what they're saying is this is what I can do for now, because they don't know anything else. They hear your thing, but they don't see. So keep that in your mind, please. They mean something else. Sometimes people's words don't go with what they mean. I'm going to start off with one rule. Okay, not a rule, more like a guideline. One guideline, dominant guideline, the primary guideline for this entire thing. Every move you make should benefit you. No one else, nothing else. You, your body, your skills. Whether it's strength, whether it's skill, whether it's endurance. And I'll get into the endurance part later. Every move you make should benefit you, not your friend, not your wife. Okay, maybe your wife, indirectly, indirect transfer. Maybe your neighbor. That's different. You'll see in the next episode. Every move you should make benefits you. Does doing those drills where you go through that, you do your knee ups through the ladder, does that benefit you? You already have confidence in your skills? No. If you already know you can do that? No. It may help build team cohesion and teamwork, or there's different things about that. It has more to do with special ops training and NASA training, and that's more troubleshooting. That's a different thing. You when you do any move, it should have a purpose. Whether it's strength, whether it's a skill, it should have a purpose, an outcome, completion. This concept, the germ for this concept started from my grandfather, Elmer Thompson. He watched Jack LaLanne, but I wouldn't say he was a Jack LaLanne fan. He used some of the things in there just like we do now. That was the information they had at the time. Jack LaLanne. A few magazines, but Jack LaLanne was popular. It was probably if you watch some of those videos, yeah, there's some things in there that are just like, yeah, don't be doing that. But it was still probably a lot better than what people do today. Jack LaLanne was ahead of his time, and we went down in the last 20 years, at least outside of some things. In the 60s, there was the Elaine Powers things, the 70s American Fitness and other chains, Nautilus centers. There are so many boutique fitness things, whether it's functional, whether it's yoga, whether it's strength. They're all going to come and go. They're all going to come and go. And you're going to be left standing at a closed door with a locked business and not sure what to do. They're going to come and go. My idea here is an attempt at a long-term solution, or at least possibly a 20-year or more solution. Adjustments will be have to make. This is not a perfect, this is an incomplete project, incomplete idea. Working on it. All right. We're going to copy the rehabilitative model of functional training. And by that, I don't mean playing with things. I mean getting you out of a hospital bed, getting you walking, getting you moving, getting you being able to do a meal. I watched a occupational therapist at one of the facilities, and this is what I see. I don't see all these play toy things that people talk about. She was working with a stroke victim. I'm going to say mild stroke because she was, the debility was on the one side was not severe, but it was bothersome. And they had a simulated kitchen table, chairs, knifeware, everything. Small place, kitchen table. Okay, so yeah, this is simulated things of simulated ADLs or activities of daily living, but it's very close. Only way you're going to do better on this is to be at home. You're still going to eat somewhere at a restaurant or a friend's house. She was learning and practicing the skills of eating with a fork and spoon again. She was learning and practicing how to eat. That is functional training. I relearned how to pee. That damn well is functional training. So the functional training in hospitals, I don't think it's quite what people think. You see some of these play toy things in some of the third-party physical therapy places, but most of them, they're not wasting time with that anymore because money, insurance, 3 visits. Playing with toys in 3 visits is not helpful, so they try to do what they can in 3 visits. Activities of daily living are exactly that. Your activities, your daily life, not your coaches, not your best friends, not even your wife. Your activities, your daily life. We're going to copy the rehab model. Rehab model, all right, it gets you up to normal functioning human. Out of the hospital, you're able to walk, you're able to move, you're able to put your clothes on, you're able to just get around the house. You're not yet able to produce a lot of effort for just daily activity or even a medium amount of effort. They like to, oh, nice, oh, good. Shade. Got a cloud. Thank you. Odin does that for me once in a while. Thank you, Odin. All right. Um, with activities of daily living, once you're recovered from the hospital and you've gotten back to your life, you're getting back to your life at home. And every little step you do at home is going to help rebuild your confidence. When you come home from after a surgery, you're in panic. I'll go into that. Not panic, but you really don't know what to do, and you feel off, and everything feels wrong. You have to reacquire, adjust your skills, but eventually you get back to a normal daily existence. And then you need to go up a little bit. So this training program is designed to enhance your life from that point, not from daily life, from someone who goes through their life, wakes up, eats breakfast, goes to work, comes home, hangs out with friends, goes to television, watch some television, goes to bed. They don't really work out, they don't watch their food, but they want to make the next step. They're ready. This is more for somebody like that. If you're already really strong, if you're already really fit, you can do this, and it will help. It absolutely will help. But you'll have to make some adjustments. And there is an advanced level I'm thinking about, and I'll go deep into that, but I would probably need some advice and help on that. All right. Okay, so the next thing. Preliminary considerations. Number 1, simple. Simple. I try to simplify everything as much as I can. I'm going to let Ken, Drew, Robert Francis, all my former friends, I hope to be friends again, all my friends complexify. That needs done. The research and thought into everything about exercise, it needs done. It absolutely needs done, and it is vital to progress. But practical application sometimes falls short. Applied sciences. Practical application sometimes falls short. My swag, not even a hypothesis, my speculation is, like I've said, high intensity training, strength training, whether or not it's high intensity. If you're a strength training only facility and you stick to the die hard of keeping the things separate, you'll be strong, flexible, maybe some endurance. But if you do not challenge, if you do not stretch and use that, you'll only be healthy, and that's fine, but you won't really have a good life. You'll feel stuck. You'll always kind of float. I'm okay with floating. This type of workout must be accessible. And by accessible, I mean it means not easy to get, easy to do. Um, it must be integrated into your routine, whether it's a daily routine, weekly routine. Now you can play with that like you want. Some people 3 days a week, some people 6 days a week with 2 workouts a day. Okay, I tried that. It was fun, but I never got overtrained. I wonder why. Um, the simulated the simulated imaginary workout I'm going to do tomorrow. That's what it's called. Um, it is going to be a group training exercise, and I'll go more into that. All right. Get on your computer, Google exercise versus recreation Hutchins. Bring that up. You might not be able to print it out. I don't know. Bring it up. Get it ready. Bring up, if you can, Ken Hutchins. Is it music and dance? I think it's music and dance. It's something about that. I do not have that book yet. After I get my medical bills paid off, I want to get it and read it. But at the moment, I'm going to have to go with the original version of that. It was a article, and then he had second edition. Ken had second edition, but you'll find what I'm talking about. It'll have the list of chapters. Get that. You're going to need it. You're going to use these as checklists to determine if we got it. If we don't match up with those things, we can't qualify. We can't qualify as functional training. So, grade me. Judge me. You regular people, get your red pen out. You engineers, get your pencil. Get ready. All right, so let's start with one rule. Some of you are going to go, oh God, he'd use this. Function dictates design. Not only in the exercise prescription, not only in machine design, but in skill design and skill practice. So, pit crew example, you have your function. You have that big tank that you need to fill up before the guy can go. You and your team are going to analyze every move you need to make to where you get from your position to there, even your elbows, your head position, to get microscopic seconds off that time. Now it's heavy. You'll get some muscles from building it, but that's not the point. That's not the objective. The objective is to get the fuel in the car. You might get a little fit, but your fitness level is going to be limited based upon the weight of that thing and whatever else you do. Your position there is to get that fuel in that car and get back as fast as you can. Battleship, your duty station, you got to get there as fast as you can, ignore all the crap going around you, and go right to the things you drilled on over and over and over. So keep those two things in mind. So let's go looking at the exercise design on a micro level. On a micro level, our function dictates design. Function dictates design on a micro level. Proper exercise will be based upon the purpose of the muscle. Purpose of the bicep muscle, supinate the hand, bend the arm, assist with this, I think. I forget. You guys know what I mean. There's all kind of things. Proper, function of the muscle and joint should dictate the exercise you do, not the function of the skill. Yes, that is true. That is absolutely true. So, with the strength training, we are going to use basic exercises. Remember, back to simple. We're going to use mostly body weight exercises because they're accessible. Anywhere you go, everywhere you go, you have your body weight. Now, that's not going to work for some people. That's obvious. Not everybody can do body weight exercise, so there will need to be some adjustments. And just like you would do with any exercise, you're going to make those adjustments for your level of strength, what you can do. Um, let's see, where am I? For the macro level, you're going to do it on your life. Now, activities of daily living. Let's talk about those. What are some activities of daily living that need done? Just around your house, that's fine. How about your yard? You see where I'm going? We're going to talk about that later. Some people don't have a yard. I'll talk more about that. So, the activities of daily living in the exercise versus recreation, we're going to talk about the recreation side. So we're going to kind of sort of flip recreation because recreation is fun and all that. But this work needs done. Work around the home, work around it could be your office, whatever, needs done. It's going to get done either way. All right. Specific to the task at hand. Pit crew, boom. Gunnery on battle station, get to his turret. Specific to the task at hand. Not a simulated task. You are not going to improve with a simulated task. You might improve your confidence, but once your confidence is up, do the damn task. Quit doing after you have done the confidence building thing, whatever. After that, you're just doing simulated labor. You're not doing actual any kind of fitness, any kind of skill enhancement. You're doing busy work, simulated labor. Mental part. Now, in this, you will need to focus on the skill that you're going to be doing. The mental part, you want to focus on it, concentrate it until you don't need to think about it anymore. The pit crew guy holding the fuel, he's running on instinct. He may even be thinking about what he's going to eat for lunch. I did one of the best high bar routines I completed in high school. I remember this moment. It wasn't best. It was just a good one. Struggled with a move on there, and I finally fished it and dismount and everything. Some of the time during that, I was thinking about what I wanted for dinner. Now, that's not unusual from what I've heard from other gymnasts. By the way, gymnasts Gymnasts look really fit. Most of the time they are fit. Ask one of them if they would suggest gymnastics for fitness. I don't, and I am willing to bet most of them, if not all, will say, oh, hell no. No. It's fun. I would do it again. Absolutely. For fitness, hell no. No. All right. Where are we? The strength selection, your strength pieces. You are going to choose exercise. I'm just going to go right to body weight. Probably, obviously, one of the best ones done, the Project Kratos, or I don't know. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it. I will listen to your videos again and try to remember. Sorry. Use that as the basis for the strength training selection. Hit people, I'm going to bother y'all for a moment here. We're going to use stations. Sorry. Put up with that term for a little bit, please. So Project Kratos exercises are in there. You're going to use those as your selection. Just go get the book. Drew, I kind of sort of understand why you didn't put it on Kindle, but I hope someday it can be formatted to be able to do that. I get it, but it'd just be easier on Kindle. Okay. You can use other body weight methods, but that's going to Project Credit PK. I'm going to go with PK. How's that? PK is going to give you the most reasonable information and instruction of what to do. There are YouTube videos on other body weight training ideas. Some of them are good, some of them are not. Use ones that show regular exercises, not fancy gymnastic strength looking exercises. Gymnastic strength is a demonstration of strength, not the building of it. You rehearse those things, but then you demonstrate them. You don't do them to get stronger. Whether it's a cross, a planche, lever, press to handstand, hollow back, stiff, inverted cross, Maltese cross. They're demonstrations. You're not building strength. As you do gymnastics, because it's hard, you're going to get some stimulation, but gymnasts do conditioning or strength training to build strength. They do a lot. They practice gymnastics and do strength training. Okay. For the skill selection, you are going to be choosing from daily task. Your daily task. Not your coaches, not your bosses, your daily task. Now, that can be weekly. It may even be monthly. And you can put some of those things in this sequence. For now, we're going to go with a weekly task. And the next one, the sequence of things we bring out is a weekly thing. Once a week. Hitters like that. Brief training. You're going to concentrate on the skill, on rehearsing a skill, and you're going to concentrate intensely and deeply during the strength segment. We're going to go over that, and you'll hear me coach people through some things. All right. So let's talk about a skill. Let's give an example. Skill you do around the house. I'm going to use one. Okay, this one is going to be in the selection tomorrow. Chopping wood. You live in a house with a fireplace. You got a cord of wood. It needs chopped. Whether or not you agree with my system, wood still needs chopped. So, pause the video after this. Give it a moment. Look up how to chop wood. And if you've chopped wood, watch a couple of videos, even just one, and tell me if you don't learn something new in one of those videos about that skill. Tell me if you don't learn something new that might make it more efficient and safer. The more you practice a skill, especially a dangerous one, the more efficient it is and the safer it will be. That's a goal. You want to enhance your life, whether it's strength or skill, your life, not the coaches, not the teams, your life. This is for you. This is everything about you, skill and strength. We're going to combine those things to produce another effect. You'll see. Oh, wrong thing. I'm tapping on the wrong screen. These are tasks, like I said, that need to be done no matter what. They're going to get done. You're not doing them for exercise. You're doing them to practice the skill. They will have an exercise effect, but that's not the intent. The intent is to place them in a pattern that may that may be repeatable and have longevity. Those are my two goals for this, for me. When those fitness centers close and you go to that door and it's locked and says closed, out of business, come back to this video. Okay. So, I want a system that I can continue doing as long as I can. Not continuously, but I mean for life. I want something that I can implement. Sustainable fitness. Back on you, Richard. Sustainable fitness. Some fitness systems, while ideal, perfect, for a variety of reasons, not sustainable. Hopefully this one is. This one is complex. I get it. I get it. It's complex. Look on YouTube video about chopping wood and tell me you don't learn one thing that might improve your efficiency and safety. That wood still needs chopped. No, you're not doing it to build your muscles. You're not doing it for abs. You're not doing it for core. You're doing it to chop wood and get good at chopping wood and get it done. It needs done anyway. It's good, whether or not you do this workout or any other workout, the wood we're still going to need chopped. All right. And it will help if you get good at it. Okay. Okay, I'll say, some of the skills you're going to practice in this are going to be skills of tedium, and that's going to be kind of important. They're going to be low skill, a little tedious, and a higher level of effort. Now, I haven't really thought much about these, but there's going to be a classifications for skill. High complex, or the complexity level, the effort level, and the safety level. Folks, chainsaws are not anywhere appropriate for this program or any fitness program. There's a guy in Oviedo who does chainsaw sculptures here. He can move a chainsaw like, go YouTube, just Oviedo chainsaw sculptures, you'll see it. It's still not appropriate for this program. There are some skills you need to be focused on. Absolutely focused on. There are some skills you don't. There are some skills that you just need to do over and over and over again. And there are some skills you need to do that just need to get done. And if you can do those skills safely and in a pattern that can benefit you, okay. You're going to strength train. You're going to do these tasks and activities anyway. Anyway, if you don't want to put them together, that's okay. Do them separate. Do them separate. I'll go over part about that also. All this stuff is going to be done anyway. Everything. The people who go to these other functional training places, they're not doing. They're going to playgrounds and athletic places. That's fine. So for a girl maybe who is wanting to be a cosplay and her character is Spider-Girl or Spider-Woman, and she wants to be able to look really, to look like she actually can crawl a wall, okay, maybe playing upside down on a rope ladder thing will help give her confidence to keep practicing that. More power to you, but ain't my thing. I'll watch you. I'm not crawling upside down anymore. I did that a long time ago. I ain't crawling straight up. Okay, I can sit longer. I'm doing better, a little better. Energy's still low, but a little better. Let's see where we're next. Remember, stay along, exercise and recreation. One point in that we have to change. There's one point in it we have to change. And Ken, I'm so sorry, I cannot think of a way around this. The fun. Doing tedious work is not fun. You can make it fun, but that's not reasonable. So I'm going to have to change the word fun to useful. Useful. Useful for you, not for a gym. Somebody who buys a bag of drill things on Amazon and then calls himself a functional trainer is it's better than nothing. It's better than nothing. Hopefully you won't get hurt, but I'm just glad that people are doing something. I hope this idea is a little better than that. Okay. Good preparation and skills. Good preparation, really good preparation is important. For the wood chopping, like I said, one of the skills you do is research. If you looked up how to chop wood, maybe you looked over a couple of different videos. One idea, oh wait, I'm swinging it wrong, or I need to put the axe down this way or I need little things that are going to make you more efficient, safer. You're going to practice those things before you start something like this. If you're going to implement something like wood chopping into a functional, I don't want to call wood chopping fitness because it's a skill. It's not fitness. You're using your strength. You're using endurance if you need it. You're using the flexibility of your arms and shoulders and maybe even your trunk twisting to get that wood chopped. You're demonstrating your strength, endurance, and flexibility to yourself. You're using it. Good on you. Use it carefully. Okay. I think I said this before. Skills with more complexity or difficulty will need to be at the beginning of the workout for safety. Just you want to have your full thoughts about you. Towards the end of the workout, lower complexity skills, lower, wood chopping is going to have a higher margin of safety issues. Other things are going to have a lower margin. So hitters, I'm going to upset you for a moment and close your ears. You probably already clicked away anyway. If cardio, if cardio, it is still hard to say that word. It's in my head. It's hard. If that's important to you, if all that stuff is important to you, you can arrange a sequence of these things to impart a cardiovascular effect. You can stay in that citrus fruit zone if you want. If that's important to you, I'll show you how to stay in the citrus fruit zone. I'm going to be referring to it that way. How cool if I can make an app about that. Anyway, and that citrus fruit zone, I think it's the color that's next to the red one in the light spectrum, the other one, not the ultra. So, where are we? My head. And, energy level. Let's see. Research. Okay. I think that's all I got for now. And either tomorrow or today, depending on how well I can do this, I'm going to present a imaginary, simulated group training sequence. What I call real functional training, not simulated functional, not fake functional. You're not going to be doing skills to work your abs. If you're going to work your abs, you're going to work your abs. We're not going to be doing other skills to work our arms or our torso or our core. You're going to do those on the strength exercises. You're going to enhance your skills in the other sequence. So, the imaginary simulation, I'm going to try to make it entertaining just to help you get through it, because for people who are not into group fitness and things like that, it'll feel a little boring. It doesn't have to be with group fitness. It can be one-on-one, but This is more of a self-training after you've been through a proper strength training instruction sequence. In fact, I would suggest, if at all possible, go to one of these HIT facilities. Contact Drew or Ken and ask them for a recommendation of a trainer. Go through at least 6 weeks, a month at least 6 weeks a month, and learn how to properly focus, learn how to properly, it's worth the money. It is. Get that down, get those skills down. If you haven't been properly instructed in exercise, you'll be shocked at what that can do. Yeah, that is a thing. Get that first. If that is not accessible to you, and here's the thing about accessible, if that is not accessible to you, watch the videos. Many hitters have really good videos on proper form. Watch them. Proper exercise selection. Watch them. Just like you're going to watch that video about chopping wood, that skill, learn something like that. In my RV here, I have no clue I take it back, I've learned now. But before I started, I had no clue how my battery system worked. I had a general idea. Batteries gave out on one of the trips and I had to change them. I wanted to do them up a little bit. I spent 2 weeks watching everything I could find about it until I found the ones I needed. And then while I worked on it, I watched them over and over and over to check and make sure I got it right. And when I was done, it came out perfect. My batteries can last days. A nice ass battery bank. So, over research your skills. Over prepare the practice. In other words, get it down to practice the thing you want to do as part of the sequence. And I'll go how to select that a little bit. You'll come up with that after the next workout. I'm going to present a video on the workout, and then after that, I'm going to present a video on afterthoughts and recommendations. If this is interesting, if people have questions and maybe want to pursue it, I do have an idea for an advanced version of this workout. It does not involve anything that I'm not going to be doing ropes, ladders, and drills touching cones and weighted anything other than your body. I think some of you already know you can if you have equipment, you can use it. Some of you are already kind of sort of getting where I'm going. Some of you kind of get it. Some of you are still stuck in what everybody else calls functional training, which is really just playground. You're stuck because you're focused on being upset with them. If you went and played there, that's what I mean. If you went and tried it and played and spent some time, did the 20 hours, not for the purpose of learning that stuff, but to see why. Look, understand why. Why do these things keep growing? Why do these things keep popping up? What is so special about it? You're not going to know without actually, I hate to say that, without actually trying. Like I said, I took a walk on the wild side with these things in mind, and I think I understand because I looked. It's like Arthur said in the spinal extension. He said, how does he know the vertebrae open up during extension? He said, I looked. Some people need to go look to understand. If you're slamming CrossFit and you've never tried it, then you don't know what you're talking about. If you tried it and you slam it, you might have a clue. So you can try it based upon, you can not try it, you can slam it based upon reasonable arguments, but you don't have any experience. I tried it. I know what's wrong with most of these functional training, and so do the other people, but most people didn't really have an idea of where to go, what to do, how to work this. I hope this concept may give people an option. It's not the perfect concept, I know. It's not even my concept. It's not. I'm just putting things together. The only part of this that might be mine is the attempt to apply Ken's material to this. That's it. Poor attempt, maybe. I'm trying. I'm going to try. Point out where, after this is done, watch through these and the comments below, point out where this concept is wrong. Not me, it's, like I said, not my concept. I'm just putting things together. Point out the mistakes. Point out, if you can think of it, a possible change that might help. Again, keep in mind some things. Every move you make should benefit you. You. Keep it simple. Make it accessible. In other words, easy to do. Make it repeatable. The most important for me, long term. A long-term solution. Thanks for watching.